Hey there, YouTube. Oh my gosh, my glasses are so like blurry right now. I wash them every time I shower. I mean, I shower every time I get back to my apartment. So like anytime I go out, when I get back, pretty much the first thing I do just about is shower. And the first thing I wash when I get into the shower is my glasses. So I don't know how they're always so like splotchy. I feel like I can barely see out of them right now though. I don't know how they get like this. I mean, I worked last night. Technically, I stayed till after midnight, not all the way till close, but just about. There was like 1 hour left for the shift when I left last night. Normally I would try to work till close, but I just didn't have it in me last night. But it was still after midnight when I left, so that would technically be the same day as today. I got back to my place, I showered, I washed my glasses, and, you know, did a few things, went to bed. I don't know why they're so, like, blurry and splotchy and just, like, right now. I don't know. Anyways. So, yes, I found my red earmuffs. These things are so extra. Like, holy crap. I don't know if anybody has seen the movie, There's Something About Mary. But for anybody that has seen that movie, that's what these remind me of. The main character, Mary, she had a younger brother in that movie, and he was challenged mentally. And he had a pair of red earmuffs pretty much just like these. So that's what they remind me of. I feel like I kind of look like him too. But I hadn't really looked for these earmuffs for a while. I kind of like had casually looked in my apartment for them, but I didn't find them there. So then I was like, okay, I have to check my car. And I was like scared to check my car because I always freak out when I can't find stuff. And I was scared to like actually look for them because, again, like I freak out when I can't find things. But I found them pretty quickly in my car, thank gosh. So, because I was like, I knew like recently I had it in my brain that I wanted to wear these. Because I've been wearing red a lot recently. Some mystery dancer, I'm not sure who exactly, but one of the other dancers left a pair of red shoes in the dressing room with a little sign next to it that said free recently. So I've been needing new shoes for a while, so I was very thankful for that and took them, even though they're not exactly my correct size. They're close enough for now, and they're red. So yeah, I've been wearing a lot of red recently. But it's just driving me nuts. I have to sit up straight because I don't like when things bulge. So, oh god, that's driving me nuts. I have a tank top and my dress under here. It just doesn't look good. What is going on? Oh, I'm wearing a tank top. Okay.
So yeah, I'm wearing like a black tank top over my dress. I just hate wearing all these layers. I hate this time of year so much. It's so windy today. Why does the wind blow from the west, by the way? Does anybody know why that is? Because in my apartment, I have 3 windows. All of the windows are on the west side. So the wind is like always blowing into them pretty much. It's very rare that when I check the weather report, it has like a little section that says the wind direction. So pretty much 9 times out of 10 when I check the wind direction, it says that it's blowing from the west. And then I Googled it and it says that that's normally the case, like everywhere in the world pretty much, just about, I think it said. So like, why is that? That's so weird to me. But go figure, that's where my windows are. So yeah, it's very windy today, very cold. I think it's 40 degrees, but with the wind, it feels a lot colder. Oh, it sucks. But, so recently in some of my last couple videos, yeah, I wasn't able to do a video yesterday, unfortunately. I did work yesterday, but I just didn't have time to do a video like I had wanted to do. But I actually got to work a little bit early today, so that's good. I think it's because I left a little bit early last night, probably, but so I had mentioned, I think it was my last video, that one of my dancer friends, Paris, here at the club, she was an extra in the movie Super Troopers 2, and I recently found that movie on YouTube. So I was watching it, and at first I wasn't able to find like her in the movie, but she said she's in the strip club scene in that movie, which is about 30 minutes in. And so it's a very brief shot of her, but I didn't find it right away. It took me a little while, but eventually the other day I was able to find the strip club scene about 30 minutes into the movie. And then I did, again, it's a very quick shot, so I wasn't sure if like where she was exactly, but it doesn't show like her full face, but I had a guess of what I thought might be her. And I saw her here at the club yesterday, and I asked her, and she pulled up the movie on her phone and she showed me, like she pointed where she was, and I was like, that was my guess, that's what I thought. But it's kind of weird because I'm pretty sure that movie was filmed quite a few years back. I'm not sure exactly when, but I think it was a while ago. And the shot that I saw of her in there, she has like the same exact look and haircut that she does now. But she's somebody that changes her style, like her hair color, her haircut. Like she changes her look a lot, it seems like. So it's kind of weird that she would have the same look now as she did back then in that movie after all those years. I don't know, a part of my brain is like, it's almost like AI just like cropped her into that because nothing is real, you know, like, whatever, either way, I thought that was so cool. But the thing is that kind of freaks me out is, she also kind of like asked me, because we had done a video together here on my YouTube, but when we did our video, I never really told her like the actual name of my channel, because I don't really tell anybody. The only person besides, well, Paris knows now because she found my channel yesterday. The only other person is one other dancer named Taz that I've also done a couple videos with. But I don't know, I get really freaked out thinking about how they know about my channel, you know, like how anybody that I work with here at the club knows about my channel, because for a while I was really trying to keep it private. I don't know, it's one of those tricky things, because without them knowing about it, like otherwise I wouldn't really have a way to be able to tell if my channel was viewable to people, you know, because like I can see it on my phone and I can see it on my laptop back at my apartment, but as far as like other people's ability to view it and like on their phones or just like other humans. If Paris and Taz didn't know about the channel, I can't really think of a way that I'd be able to tell that my channel is findable or viewable to others. You know, because to me, a lot of stuff online just seems like an illusion, I guess. Like there's bots and I can never really tell, you know, like comments and subscribers, like if any of that's real or just like, again, an illusion, maybe. I don't know. But, so anyways, Paris asked me about our video after she had pulled up the movie, The Super Troopers 2 on her phone to show me her scene in there. She asked me about the video that we had done recently, and I didn't tell her like my channel name right away. I kind of just like mentioned, I was like, all right, I mentioned the name of our video, like what the title was. And, you know, because I was kind of curious to see if she'd be able to find that video just by typing in a few keywords from the title. But she did. She came back to me later on and was like, oh, Tinka, I found your channel. And I was like, fuck. But, oh well. But I told her and I told Taz, I was like, please don't mention this to anybody else. Because, yeah, there's a lot of like really personal, crazy stuff here on my channel, I feel like. Like stuff that I would never just like tell people in person. Obviously, that's a weird concept to like just put it out there on the internet, but again, I don't really know anyone on the internet. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I'm trying not to think about it too much, trying not to let it stress me out. I don't know. I guess it's kind of cool that they were at least able to find my channel though. You know, like, I guess that's a good thing. It's like, it's viewable to people, or, but, another exciting thing from yesterday, I did remember my Swiffer. I was mentioning recently how it looks like the stage floor has not been cleaned here for quite a while. It was just getting really, really gross. So I'm not the kind of person to like ask someone at the club to clean it, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel, I don't know, I'm shy, and I just feel bad asking other people to do things like that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm more the kind of person to try to do things myself if I want them done, or like if I'm capable of doing things myself, I'll try to do it. If it's something I can't do, that's one thing, but if it's something that I can do, I'll usually just try to do it myself. So yeah, I had a Swiffer in my apartment that was never really being put to use. So let's see, here it is. Oh my god, I'm looking myself in the face. Here it is, guys. So I did remember, I was so pleased with myself for remembering to bring it in yesterday, because I don't know, I think I was trying to remember to bring it in like last week and I kept forgetting. I'm the kind of person that usually forgets stuff. You know, I'm very like ADHD. So, but I did remember to bring it in yesterday. So, so that was the start of the shift yesterday. I dumped a large quantity of rubbing alcohol all over the stage floor and Swiffered it. And then took off the Swiffer pad, washed it in the sink, put it out to dry, and then put paper towels on the Swiffer to dry the floor. It actually dried pretty quickly. I feel like the rubbing alcohol and doing it with the Swiffer that way, the floor dried a lot more quickly than it seems to dry than back in the past when employees used to use the mop and the bucket and stuff. I don't know, mops and buckets are just a hassle, you know, and yeah, that used to take forever to dry back when people used to do that to clean the stage. Nobody seems to do it anymore. But the rubbing alcohol, because rubbing alcohol does tend to dry pretty quickly, so I guess that makes sense. So it dried pretty quick, and Some of the other dancers thanked me for doing that, which I thought was pretty cool. But it was kind of funny because the manager was installing a projector above the stage also at that time at the start of the shift. So him and one of the floor hosts brought out this big ladder and brought the ladder over to the stage, and they were going up the ladder with this big old projector thing, because I guess they installed like this big screen near the DJ booth where they're gonna like use the projector to project pictures onto, I guess. I don't know why they wouldn't just put a TV. Like, they have TVs all around the club, so, but for some reason they wanted to do the screen with the projector for this, in this instance, for this area of the club. So while they were climbing the ladder and fiddling around above the stage to install the projector, I was climbing the pole with my Swiffer to try to shake loose some dollars that were stuck up there in the stage, like in the area above the stage, the trellis, if you will. I tried doing that with a bigger sweeper type of like broom handled squeegee type thing before, and it didn't work. So I was hoping maybe the Swiffer would work a little better. It did not. I mean, it was like lighter and easier to get up on the pole and up to the top of the pole. Well, actually, no, this time I had Paris. I had my dancer friend Paris just hand it to me. In the past, I had climbed the pole with the broom squeegee thing. Somehow, I don't know how I was able to climb the pole with that thing. But yesterday, I didn't feel like doing that. So with the Swiffer, Paris was there, so I just had Paris come up onto the stage and hand me the Swiffer to make it a little easier. But I still wasn't able to get those dollars up there with the Swiffer. They're really stuck up there. I don't know how they even got up there in the first place. At least the way they're like just wedged, and they're like wedged like in a light, pretty much like behind one of the lights. So it's like a really tricky area to try to like get them from, because I don't want to break the light. so that didn't work. But it was kind of funny because, you know, you have like the manager on the ladder fiddling around, you know, with the trellis, installing the projector on one end of the stage, and then there's me on the top of the pole with my Swiffer poking around at dollars up there. This is while the club was open, by the way. Like, we had already opened and there was a few customers in there, so that was like the show for people, like, to get things started for the Sunday yesterday. Anyway, so that was kind of funny. Yeah. Oh, what else? They had pizza again yesterday. I guess literally every freaking Sunday, and Monday too. Although Monday, they didn't have pizza last Monday, but they're saying like every Sunday and Monday for football season they're going to be having pizza, apparently. So, and normally when I'm not on stage and trying to avoid the customers, normally when I'm not on stage, I'll like run back to the kitchen to like go hide back there. Not hide, but basically. And there's like a little table that I like to sit on, and like it's near the coffee machine, so it's kind of like warm back there, or warmer, less cold. But when they have pizza, it's also near the oven, so they'll stack all these pizzas on top of the oven, so the smell just fills the entire like kitchen area. And then they had this other big table of like pizzas stacked high at the front of the club, like near the front entrance. So it's like all these different areas I have to try to avoid, because the smell of pizza is just like one of the strongest smells to me that'll like make me hungry, and like, it's just, I don't know, it just like really bothers me, the way that it smells. It smells good, and like I like the taste of pizza, but it hurts my stomach and stuff, especially being on the pole. And I don't know, I really have to like, I'm one of those people that has to watch their weight, or try to, or I feel like I do. I think I have hypothyroidism, which is like when you have a really, really slow metabolism. So you have to like watch everything you do pretty much, unless you just don't care. But I do care, you know, because I get up there naked in front of people and stuff. So it's just fun, you know. It's like pizza everywhere and the smell is filling the room, and here I am trying to climb the slippery pole over and over again. But it also kind of sucks because the times they're having the pizza, it's the times that my favorite manager works. I think it's literally the only 2 nights that he works when I would work, because the other times he works, I think now is like on the weekend nights, which I wouldn't want to work, you know. Oh my gosh, I think that's Taz. Taz is pulling in her Dodge Charger. I think that's the Charger. If she sees me on here, she's gonna want to come say hi, I think. I bet. I wonder if she will. I kind of hope she does. Anyways, so yeah, like, I used to be able to work a lot of the shifts that my favorite manager does, but the schedule's been switched around to where now most of the shifts that he does are shifts that I don't do. And the only shifts that he works that I do like to do would be Sunday and Monday and nights, and those are the times they have the pizza. So it's like, I pretty much come in Sunday and Monday night specifically for him working, not just for that, but mostly for that. But those are the nights they have the pizza now, and it's like, I really try to avoid the pizza. Like, I always try to like run in the opposite direction whenever I think I'm gonna smell it, or like, it's just one of those smells where it's like so like overwhelming to my sense of smell, like just like my brain. And it's like, I remember years and years and years ago, I've been single since 2012, but before 2012, I remember my ex, he was like really tall and a BMX biker, so he was pretty active and like he could eat whatever he wanted. And I remember he would order pizza like all the time. And I've always struggled with my weight and stuff, so just like smelling it, you know what I mean? It makes it so much harder to resist that kind of thing, because the smell is just like, the smell of pizza to me is just like, oh my God. I was in the grocery store the other day and there was this customer with their shopping cart and they had a pizza on the shopping cart, and me even just walking by them, the smell just like hit me in the face, like just so powerful. It was so overwhelming. It's just a strong smell, you know what I mean? It's like one of those smells where it's just like, oh my God, like I can't focus. It's so distracting. Anyway. Yeah. She's doing her makeup, Taz. So she's so cute. I love her. She said last time she saw me, she was like, oh, I've been watching your videos and I feel like you mentioned me in so many of them. So now the past couple videos I've done, I tried not to mention her because I was kind of embarrassed. I don't know, like, I'm a very people-oriented person. Like, there's not a lot of people that I really, really like. I mean, here at the club there are, like, I like pretty much all the dancers here, but just like in life in general, like, there's, you know, a lot of people maybe aren't like people that I would really want to be around or have to deal with. Or I've definitely met a lot of people throughout my life that I don't like at all. But especially here at the club, I've met a lot that I do like. And so people that I really like my my manager and Taz and Paris and my grandmother, like people that I really do like, it's not that I'm obsessed with them, but I'm so happy to actually have people that I really actually like, you know what I mean? Like, so they mean a lot to me. And like, I think about them a lot, and I like value them a lot. And I, like, with my schedule here at work, I will base a lot of how I work and like when I work around like who I think is working. And like, honestly, pretty much my entire time here as a dancer at the club, because we make our own hours and we make our own schedules as dancers here at this club that I work at. And for as long as I can remember, I've based my schedule around like, who else is working, and like, you know, employees that I have a crush on, DJs, managers, or like when I think my friends are working, or like the dancers that I really like interact with the most and like vibe with the most and feel the closest to. I mean, I do. I base a lot of my like schedule here at the club and just a lot of my stuff around that. You know, people that I like really mean a lot to me. And anyway. My mom asked me about my channel one time, kind of wanting to like know what it was, and I still haven't told her. Because I do love her, because she's my mom, but I'll never know exactly what to think of her. We've always had a strange situation, a strange relationship, strange. I don't think I'll ever know what to make of that whole thing with her. So, I don't know. I have thought though, I really miss my gram. She lives like a state or two away from where I am. I never drive, I never travel, I have extreme anxiety, but I feel really guilty, really bad about not feeling up to going to visit her, because yeah, I mean, I have a hard time driving like 5 minutes down the road. For me to go visit her, it would be like probably 2-3 hour, possibly a 4-hour drive, which I never do. Like that's the kind of thing I would typically try to avoid at all costs, basically. We talk on the phone pretty often, and sometimes we'll do like the FaceTime kind of calls, but I don't know, I do feel guilty not going to visit her and see her in person. I really would like to if I felt more up to doing that kind of thing. But I've thought, you know, if I were, eventually at some point, if I'm able to get myself to do that somehow, I'd really want to have her on my YouTube, I think, and maybe interview her, you know. Because there's stuff that I've asked her on the phone before where most of the time I'm tired and it's difficult for me to remember things. Taz is coming over. Hey, what have you got your matcha?
Yeah, I got my matcha. I just went to Starbucks.
You got the winter blue again.
Oh yeah, I just bought this at Target last night. I'm here early.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now. You want to say hi?
You're live?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Taz is here.
Hey.
She's got her matcha.
I had to get my Starbucks.
I was telling them
Yes.
you might want to come say hi because like I saw you pulled in. That's the charger, right?
Yeah, that's the charger, yeah.
Okay. I'm still trying to like, in my head, the Challenger and the Charger. That's the Charger.
Challenger, Charger.
The forest green.
And they're both green.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that one kind of matches the matcha.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I feel like the matcha is like a mix of like the two colors of those cars.
The matcha cars, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm gonna stop in. I'm just here to stop in and like exchange ones. Wait. I don't know if they do that at this hour. Do they?
I think it depends on who's working. I mean, it's Scott right now, so he's in the
Scott.
office, and then Prescott's in there.
Prescott and Scott.
Yeah. Prescott and Scott.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Cheers. Merry Thanksgiving, everyone.
Just about, yeah.
Maybe later tonight, if it's like dead, we can do more live.
Yeah. I think the dressing room's locked, but we'll just have to ask someone to
Joe will
unlock
unlock it.
Yeah.
Joe's cool.
Yeah.
All right. I won't hold you up when it's fucking cold. I don't want.
I mean, hey, if there was more room, you could hop in here and join. But yeah, tonight if you want to. I have more questions for you.
Yeah, I've been like excited about that.
Round 3. Oh my gosh.
Actually, I might just leave and come back at 5.
Yeah. I'm gonna sign in at 4 probably, but
yeah, that makes sense.
there's definitely no one in there. At least not that I saw.
You go in at like 3:50, so it's like right before rent increases.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna come in at 5 because I want to like exchange ones and work the night shift. So Did you work last night?
I did. I worked until, I think, 1. It wasn't too
good.
poppin', no.
Okay. I didn't miss much.
No, definitely
I'll
not.
see you later. I don't want to make you sit in the cold. Bye.
It's good to see you. Hopefully see you later. Aw, she's so cute. She smells good. So yeah, with my gram, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself for still remembering what I was talking about. I usually forget. I'm very I get very ADHD and like distracted and forget things, but I do usually forget things. I was just saying that, wasn't I? So like a lot of times when me and my gram talk on the phone, every now and then I will try to ask her stuff, like just about her life and just about stuff in our family and stuff like that. Like what year was her mother born? What year did her mother die? And like same thing for her grandmother. And she's told me like the years of those things, but I've forgotten them, you know what I mean? And I just know that there's things that she's told me that I've forgotten because again, I do forget a lot of stuff. And you know, if it's not recorded somewhere, I don't know. I love the idea of interviewing people because it's like, what a great way to try to get to know somebody. Like if you tried to ask somebody the kind of questions to get to know them in that kind of way in any other setting or any other format, it would be like, it would feel nosy, right? Like it would feel like invasive of like, why are you asking me all these things? Like, even if you're like on a date with somebody trying to get to know them that way, like to ask anybody like a lot of very personal questions like that, I just feel like unless it's in an interview style, interview format, and like supposed to be like that, pretty much any other context, it would just feel weird, you know? Like, it's not as socially acceptable to like, I don't know. I have a really difficult time with like regular styles of conversation and like human interaction. That's what I like about the thought of like being an actress. It's more structured to where you know what you're supposed to do and you know what you're supposed to say and you know how things are supposed to go. Like you have like a format, you have like a kind of like a template or like some ideas to go on. Whereas in real life, like when things are and same with interviews, like with an interview, it's like a structure, it's a format where you know how a general sense of how things are supposed to be organized and structured and how they're supposed to be to an extent. Whereas so many other things in life, it's just like messy and like loose and like you don't really know what you're doing. Or I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Like trying to have a regular conversation with somebody or trying to get to know somebody in pretty much any other way. It's like, how do you really do that? You know what I mean? I love interviews. Interviews are so much fun. Oh, and something I had mentioned to Taz before, I was like, what if you interviewed me? But I don't think I would like being interviewed by somebody else that much because I hate to lie. But also, if I were to truly be honest with a lot of things, like that wouldn't be good either. So, I feel like, oh my gosh, there's squirrels. So I feel like for me, a lot of the questions I would probably just want to be like pass, like pass. There's a lot of them, a lot of kind of questions where I'd probably just rather plead the fifth and like just not answer them rather than lie, you know what I mean? Or rather than like, I don't know, I love interviewing other people. Interviewing other people, it's like, what a great fun way to be nosy and like get all up in somebody else's business, like in a proper way, like in a way that's like socially acceptable. And like, it would just feel weird to ask people those kind of questions otherwise, you know what I mean? Like, I love interviews or I love interviewing people. So I was thinking, the thing is, my grandmother is the kind of person, she's very modest. She's very, I don't think she would want to be on a YouTube video, basically. The last time I did see her in person was like 2000, I think it was towards the end, it was September of 2018. And she was just like whipping out her phone, taking all kinds of like candid photos of me and like even, I think videos too, to where I'm not a photogenic person. So I was like, I'm the kind of person, if I'm going to take a picture, like I have to really structure it and have like certain angles, certain lighting, because I'm not the best looking person, or like I don't feel comfortable with how I look. I don't particularly like how I look, basically. I just don't feel like I'm photogenic. I'm very self-conscious. So yeah, like for me to take pictures, it has to be a very certain specific way, and usually just me doing them. Like that's work for me, you know what I mean? That's like really work. But she was like taking all these candid photos of me that were so bad and so unflattering and just like really embarrassing. And then, you know, this was also the last time that I saw my grandfather. He's since passed away, but so I kind of had a feeling when I was with them that time that might be the case, because he was like a good 9, almost 10 years older than she is. And he was not, oh my God, the squirrels are so cute. Oh my God, one of them is doing the pose. There's two, and one of them is like looking at the other one like this. I wish I could film it right now. I probably could, but I just don't think it would show up. Oh my God, they're both doing the pose. Oh my God, they're both facing each other and doing this pose now. Oh my God, I want to film it. But I feel like, oh my God, I wonder if I could try to do that. Oh, it's so tempting. I just don't know if you guys would even be able to see. Oh my God, I just don't know if you guys would be able to see anyways. Let's just try. I can't resist. Oh my God. How would this, can you guys see it? There's one. I don't know. I can't see what you guys can. I really hope you guys can see that shit. I can't see what the screen can see right now, but they're so freaking cute. There's like a red truck over there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh my God. Can I bring this outside? Oh my God. Hold on. I want to see what happens. Oh my God. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Okay. Oh crap, I couldn't resist, you guys. I love squirrels so much. Crap. So anyways, so yeah, so I kind of had a feeling with my grandfather, like I didn't obviously know that was going to be the last time that I saw him in person, but that did end up being the case. And I kind of had a feeling, like, just in case, when my grandmother was taking all these photos of me, I was also trying to take photos of them, of her and my grandfather. Oh, it's in the tree now, the squirrel. One of them. I don't know where the other one went. So, but my grandmother was like getting very upset, like, because, and I didn't understand, because it's like, well, why are you able to take all these candid pictures of me and I'm just trying to take like regular pictures of you? Like, the pictures that I was trying to take of them weren't even candid. You know what I mean? I was just like trying to take regular pictures of them. And she was just not really, she just doesn't like that kind of thing. Like, you know, because I guess since she's like older now, she doesn't like the way that she looks in pictures either, or she was just like, stop it, you know what I mean? Like, not in a mean way, but she just doesn't like that kind of thing. And she's very private, very modest. So yeah. And I was like not secretly, but I was trying to take like a few videos of them too, just like to remember like their voices and that kind of thing. We went to the beach that day and I got some videos of them there, but I didn't really get those videos like I would have liked to try to get them, because they were so resistant. Not really my grandfather, but especially my gram. Like, she just didn't want me doing that, which really sucks, because normally she's very nice to me and normally we get along very well, but she is very, very like, she just doesn't like that kind of thing, you know? So I really don't know if she would be willing to do a YouTube video with me. But honestly, like, if I was gonna push myself to make that kind of a journey, that kind of a drive to go see her in person, like, I would need like a motivation like that, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that would be a good motivation. Like, if I could get a video of us, like a kind of like a time capsule, like a way to like preserve some of our time there together, and like, you know, kind of like interview her, ask her some questions to like remember her that way, you know. That would be like a really big, like a really good motivation for me to go visit her. So if I were to do that kind of thing, it would be very, 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 very difficult for me. Like it would be like an extreme anxiety provoking, anxiety inducing, like it would be like a journey. You know what I mean? Like that would be like somebody else. That would be like a normal person without anxiety, like trying to like cross the ocean, like in a tiny boat by themselves. You know what I feel like pretty much. It would be like a 5-year-old child, put them into like a tiny dinghy little style, like not dinghy, but what do you call it? Like just like a really, really small boat, and tell them they have to sail like the entire, around the world, basically. They have to sail like from one end of the ocean to the other, or just across the entire ocean. They have to sail all 7 seas. How many seas are there? They have to sail all the oceans and all the seas all by themselves in this little tiny boat. That's what it feels like for me, like driving more than like 5 miles. So for me to have to go like venture in that kind of a journey, onto that kind of a quest, you know, where it would be like multiple hours of driving, like it would really be difficult for me. And I think pretty much the only, I would just really, if I was going to do that kind of thing, I'd really want to do a video, you know what I mean? Like, come on. But anyways, so, the sky, I really hope you guys could see those squirrels. Those squirrels, I love this parking lot because we get so many squirrels around here. And those squirrels were so cute. Oh my gosh, I love squirrels so much. We get the best squirrels around here. The sky looks really scary right now though. The sky looks terrifying right now. It's kind of pretty in a way because it's like blues and grays, but the grays it's very, very cloudy, and like the sun is kind of shining through the clouds here and there a little bit, but it's like 80 to 90% clouds, and the clouds are like huge and dark and look like bruises. It just looks like a storm. Like, are we gonna get a storm? It just looks very scary. Anyways, I feel like my video is lagging. Why does it look like it's lagging? Oh my god. I remembered to turn off the Wi-Fi and do the 5G, so it shouldn't be lagging. Holy crap. What else did I want to mention? No, I don't want to mention any of the other stuff. I really shouldn't. Maybe some other time. This is long enough right now. I really hope you guys got to see the squirrels. Oh crap. It's really cold. I don't have my car on right now. I usually have to pee so bad when like all the time, but like especially when I get to work, because right before I leave, I drink all these like hot liquids, like coffee or just whatever, like to try to warm myself up. So I'm just like, you know, throwing back like a lot of warm liquids. So then when I get here, I have to pee so bad. So I had to shut my car off so I could go in and pee before I started this video. It's really cold. And then I didn't want to start my car back up because I'm going to be going right back in there anyways. So yeah, it's just cold in here. Oh, so yeah, there's a guy sitting in a red truck over there, and he just has been sitting there for, I feel like almost most of my video. He's just been sitting in his truck. Oh, and it's a red truck too, and I'm wearing red, so that freaks me out. Somebody made a comment last night. I was wearing red last night, and somebody made a comment on one of my videos last night about red. They used the word red. They were like, something about dollar bills and a red garter. And I was wearing red, so I was like, that's freaky. What a coincidence. Oh, I hate that shit. I hate everything so much. Oh, I hate existing. Oh, Why are they just sitting there? Are they watching my video right now? Go away, or go into the club or something. Do something, please. Just stop sitting there. What is wrong with people? Maybe he's making his own YouTube video. I was also saying, I think in my last video, I'm gonna look at just this. Crap. Oh crap. Oh god. I didn't have to, but I added this stupid purple thing in the back. I don't like the way it looks because it throws off all my outfits unless I'm wearing freaking pink or purple. But it is warm, you know, it's like a wool, I don't know, seat cover thing. Anyways, oh yeah. I was saying in my last video, I'm so ADHD. I was saying, I think it was my last video where I was talking about being a millennial and how much it sucks. Where I was like, you know, what is our purpose? Like, AI is taking over so many jobs. Like what am I supposed to do to earn my existence, or to try to earn my existence? Because, like, I just don't know, like, what kind of job I'm supposed to have or supposed to do. But it's like, silly me, like, the entire purpose of my existence is just to be a toy for the boys, basically. Just a stupid little puppet to fuck with, basically. What else? Of course, like, what else? That's the only point to me, apparently. I try for there to be more to it. I try very hard to be positive and do positive. Oh god. I really don't want to go into the club right now. There was nobody in there when I went in there to pee before I started this video. And then I feel like that guy in the red truck, I'm assuming he's gonna be coming into the club at some point, like probably after I go in there. So, and I'm just gonna be like trying to avoid him at all costs, just trying to pretend that he's not there. The lights were so bad last night, the laser beams, like, they're so bright, and just like, I can't see anything when the lights are like that. They're so unbelievably bright. I've said before, like, one of my little jokes that I like to say sometimes is that frickin' Big Bird and Santa Claus could walk through the front door, and I could be facing that very direction, straight, you know, they could be walking in dead ahead of me, of my eyeballs, and I wouldn't even be able to see it. Because when the lights are like that, I can't see shit. They're so bright, and they're just flashing, flying around in endless, big, bold, crazy patterns, just swarming around. Like, I wish I could get it on video for people to see, but every time I try to do a video with music, any kind of sound in the background, it's like this whole big thing where it's just too much of a hassle. Like, there's a copyright, and oh my god, there's a sound in the background that's not coming out of my own mouth, specific, like, somebody else is singing or making sounds, like, it's copyrighted, it can't be on, I don't know, it's just this whole big thing apparently. So otherwise I would try to take more videos in the club, but it's like, yeah, anytime there's music in the background, it's like this whole big fiasco where it's like, I feel like the FBI is gonna come barging in like, that's a copyright! That's copyrighted! Help. Oh my god, I hate this planet. There has to be another inhabitable planet besides Earth. This can't be all that this can't be the only option. This can't be all that there is. There has to be some other thing, some other option out there besides this fucking place, besides this planet. Oh, but one thing I do like about the one thing I do kind of like about when the lights are like that is I can't see the guys in there. So, like, You know, there'll be like this guy and this guy and this guy, like throughout various areas of the club, where if when the lights aren't like that, it's very difficult for me to try not to like see them, like to, because you know what I mean? It's like to just try to like completely block them from my eyes to where I just like forget that they're there and like can't see them or don't have to think about them being there, or I'm just like, go away. It's just like, where it's like one of these, just like, please stop looking at me and just please go away. So, but when the lights are like that, I literally can't even see anything. So it's like, yeah, the lights hurt my eyes and it's scary because I feel like they're gonna knock me over. The lights are so insane. Like, I don't know how they made them like that. I don't know what the technology is or might be behind them, but I feel like they're powerful enough to where they could just like go through, like they could like melt through a human body. They're like lasers, like they're like literal lasers. I feel like they could like burn a hole through flesh, or like knock somebody over, or like make something, like if there was a watermelon and you like flashed one of those lights at it, it would like make the watermelon explode, kind of thing. They're those kind of lights. So, but I guess I just, you know, I really try to like see the silver lining in things and like focus on the positive. So one of the things I like about those kind of lights is that, yeah, I really can't see the guys in there, and most of the guys in there I don't want to see. So so when the lights are like that, it's like, okay, I can't see shit now. All I see in front of me is the lights. So, you know, that's the bright side of that. The bright side, that's the very bright side of that for me. Blindingly bright, literally. So bright. Wow. How do they do it? Wow, there's a lot of birds in that tree too. Are those birds? Holy crap. Wow. Holy, oh my gosh, there's a lot of them. And they're all perched, like on the very top branches. They're making a really interesting pattern right now. They almost look like leaves, but they're not. They're birds. Holy crap, those are birds. Anyway. It's cold. Oh my god. What is that guy doing? The guy in the truck, I mean, the red truck. The shade of red matches my earmuffs, like almost to a T, pretty much. It's the same exact color truck. I wonder if you guys could see it when I tried to show you the squirrels. Oh, everything hurts and frightens me. Yeah, my shift last night also, I mean, I left earlier than I normally would. I mean, it was off to an interesting start where I was able to Swiffer the entire stage floor, so that was something good, but I was hurting from head to toe, like just ouch, so much. Excruciating pain, my entire body. Like, just hurts so much. And then I'm like, well, what is it? Is it the not smoking weed? Is it the sugar? They say sugar is like inflammatory and bad, but I've been having sugar for a while, and that's like the last little vice I have left, but I don't even know how I would cut it out because I genuinely feel like I wouldn't be able to function without it. You know, like with athletes, like with runners, or like people that are very active, like, you know how like with runners they have those little sports gels that are like pretty much just sugar? Like they like, or like if you feel, sometimes if you work out a lot, they say your blood sugar can get low from that. So in order to pick it back up, like you would have sugar. I don't know, I feel like sugar has saved my ass a lot of times, like when I was just like pretty much flatlining. And then it's like I have some sugar and I feel so much better. So I just don't, and it's like honestly my only, not my only, but it's like my main reason for getting out of bed is to have my coffee and something with sugar. in it, or just to have sugar. Just to have sugar and coffee, like, simultaneously. That's my reason for, like, getting out of bed. I want my sugar. So how would I cut that out? You know what I mean? Like, other carbs are great, sure, but they just don't cut it like sugar does for me. So I really want to think it's not the sugar, or it can't just be that. I'm sure it's the whole, like, not smoking weed for 6 months now, too. That must have something to do with it, but yeah, it just keeps getting worse. Like, I'd want to think that it would get better eventually, but it's not. It's just getting worse. And I've also reintroduced gluten into my diet somewhat recently. But it's like, I was raised on that shit my entire childhood. Like, 90% of the stuff my parents fed my younger brother and I had gluten in it and had wheat. I mean, that was like pretty much the staple ingredient in, like, the majority of our diet. So how is it that it was funny too, because it was pretty much right after I turned 18 and I was, like, you know, independent, or like trying to become independent. That's pretty much the same exact time that the media started to say that gluten was so bad, and that everybody has, like, this, like, gluten allergy all of a sudden, to where it's like one of the most poisonous substances known to man. Like, surprise, like, you were raised on this shit for the first 18 years of your life pretty much, and now that you're 18 and independent from your parents, surprise, actually that stuff is poison, and we just figured it out just now that you turned 18, and you got to figure out how to feed yourself and do all this stuff by yourself. So let's stress you out and confuse you by saying that the main staple of your diet is bad and poisonous, basically. Like, funny how that works out. Funny how that, you know, the timing with that. Thinking back now, it's like, that's pretty much the exact time that it was all of a sudden everywhere in the media. Ding! I'm 18, and all of a sudden, I didn't know I was allergic to gluten all those years, but apparently I am, because the media says so just now, just the day after I turned 18. So, and for a while, I did buy into that. So I was trying to avoid it for quite a while. But, you know, like, there's a lot of stuff that I like that has wheat in it and gluten. So I've kind of been having that again for the past however many months. I don't know how long it's been. I don't know, I go through phases with it. I don't really notice that much of a difference, but then when I feel so sore like this, I do wonder if maybe that's related, or me being as sore as I am could have so many causes. It could have so many things where it's like, it could be the gluten, it could be the sugar, it could be not sleeping, it could be working 10-hour night shifts back to back at 37 years old and climbing the pole over and over and going upside down on the pole, and it could be the emotional, mental, etc. trauma that I deal with all the time, or try my best to deal with, like, you know, just like stress, constant stress with, like, no real outlet to, you know, it could be so many things. It could be so I don't know, but I do wonder. And why is it that the wind blows from the west? Is it just because that's where my windows are? It's gotta be. How does that just magically, coincidentally work out? Funny, huh? Funny that. Is it because of the currents in the ocean? Does that affect it somehow? Or why would that be? I know somebody must have the answer. I'll Google this later if I can remember to. I'm pretty sure I've Googled it before. I mean, I researched it online just as far as, like, to the extent of seeing that apparently the wind usually blows from the west, but I don't think I actually Googled as to like why that would be, or if I did, I forgot that part. So I'll have to go back and like re-research that, I guess. But anyways, so we are at an hour. This video is now an hour long, so that's long enough for right now. I'm gonna go sign into work in a few minutes. And oh, well, yeah, hopefully Taz will be back later and maybe her and I could do a video from the dressing room. That would be something fun to look forward to. I do have a few new questions for her. Oh, maybe a question I could ask her is if she eats gluten. I could ask her that. That's another one. Because one of the questions I wanted to ask her was if her parents fed her McDonald's and like fast food. For my younger brother and I, like, yeah, we had a lot of wheat and gluten in our diet that was fed to us, and our parents definitely fed us a lot of fast food, like a lot of fast food. So I'm kind of curious as to whether she seems very healthy, you know, like she has her matcha, and I think she said her favorite food is like sushi. And I mean, she's like perfect, obviously, so she just seems like she's a very healthy person. So I am kind of wondering like if her parents ever fed her stuff like fast food and stuff like that. So I did have that question, but now I also, as an extension from that question, I also want to ask her if she eats gluten, like if she has stuff like that. So I have to try to remember that. And I also have a few other questions written down somewhere. I'll have to try to find those. I think they're in my bag. So that would be great if her and I could do a video again later. That will be our round 3. I really hope Paris will want to come back on. I kind of like try not to mention it to her too much. I don't want to like push her because I think Paris is like kind of shy when it comes to stuff like that. But I mean, she did say that she was thinking about starting her own channel on here for like a cooking channel, I think, or something like that. So maybe I'll just try to ask her about that pretty soon. But ooh, it's chilly. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up for now. I don't see the squirrels anymore. I really hope the squirrels got on the video, in the video, on the screen. The only other thing in that direction right now is just like a handicapped parking sign. And I am wearing my red earmuffs, so oh my god. Oh gosh, I love squirrels. Oh, that was literally the title of one of my videos recently. It was like, earmuffs and squirrels make me smile, and they do. The guy in the red truck is still there. Holy crap. He better be doing something good. And I really seriously hope he's not just like watching my video. That's so awkward. But you know what? Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's just, that could be okay too. Like, you know, it's flattering. I feel like he keeps looking over here. I can't really tell. It's far enough to where like I can barely see, but I can kind of see the general direction of like their face, but not exactly. Oh god, I don't like things. Very cold. Yeah, I gotta get going. I'm gonna go into work, sign in and stuff. Yay. Hopefully I'll be able to come back on soon. Tonight with Taz would be great, or possibly tomorrow. We shall see. Oh god. Here's another truck. Oh god. So this guy, the one pulling up now in his truck, he does not tip me. I guess you could call him a regular. He just sits there and you know what? He's still coming into my place of work, and it's good for business because he still, you know, like is here and pays to get in, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I'm assuming he does in some way, shape, or form. So we've shared a few laughs before. He used to sit with this old guy that used to give me a really hard time. Not like a really hard time, but he used to sit at this table. He still sits at the same table, but there used to be this other guy that would sit with him. And this other guy was like much older, like a very old guy. And he would kind of like tease me because I wear like, he would tease me about like wanting me to wear a G-string only. a lot of the time because I wear multiple pairs of bottoms here at the club when I dance. I don't just wear a G-string, I wear like layers of other bottoms on top of that because I just don't feel comfortable just wearing that one, that one tiny bottom. Because I climb the pole, I do splits, and I just am self-conscious. But so he would kind of tease me about that from time to time, and had asked me like, how many pairs do you have on today? And I'd usually be like, oh, today I got 3, today I got 4. Sometimes I would say 2. Every now and then it would be 1 if it was like a regular style, like not a G-string, but like a different like cut of like a bikini or something. But I haven't seen that guy in a while, and this other guy that used to sit with him, well, he just walked in, but so they used to sit at the same table and just like, shoot the shit, like talk, hang out. But this guy, when I asked him about this other guy, he said he like went down to Florida or like went down with his family or something. And at one point he said that he was like coming back up here to where the club is. I guess he was just like down in Florida for a little while. And then he said he was coming back up at some point, but I haven't seen him since. So I'm just like, I'm scared to ask him, you know what I mean? Like, cause just in case like something happened, because he was really old, so I'm just wondering like whatever, like I hope he's still kicking it, you know what I mean? Because I mean, yeah, he would tease me sometimes and he wouldn't really tip me either, but I still hope that he's okay and like still kicking it somewhere, whether Florida or wherever. Okay, so the guy in the red truck is coming over now. I think I recognize him. Yep, he's looking right at me. There he goes into the club. I don't have much battery left on my phone. I'm pretty sure that guy was here last night. Anyway, I don't have the phone battery is like also in the red right now. It's like one tiny little, and I'm gonna go try to sign in a few minutes. So fun. But it was great to get on and get to do this with you guys today, and hopefully I'll be able to come back on again soon. I'm gonna peace out for now. Bye for now, guys. Yay, squirrels.